Well, let's take a look at this trunk lid or deck lid. Straight from the factory, no trimming yet. You'll see that it fits in there pretty good. As in, the trunk is lower, the lid is lower than the body. And inside here, it's a little tight here, but yet it might be a little wide here, as in it just needs to be radiused right there. Very little gap here, but totally fits in there. I could just get my fingernail in there. Totally fits in there. Very little work. Just like that passenger door. Very little. I don't know, a passenger door is almost too small, I think. But yeah, easy peasy. Okay, so the directions now say close the trunk and wiggle it into position, then open and tighten the bolts. This may take a little adjustment to get the trunk to sit down right.
Eventually.
Okay, I think I have the trunk adjusted to a certain degree. It is flush here and on the sides. This is level and this is level. And if we look at this gap here, it's straight, more or less, but I mean, I put my finger in there and it's not getting narrower or bigger. So I know that I'm straight here, but if we look at these gaps, as we come down here, we see a pinch right here. It's definitely tight, but on this side, we see a big gap. Can't quite get my whole finger in there, but there's a big gap here, which tells me, since this is straight, that this whole trunk here needs to shift that way just a bit. That way. So we open it up and look, these hinges, it seems as though that I need to loosen these And those, in order to get this to go that way just a bit. Then we'll recheck those gaps. Okay, after that quick adjustment, I think I like the gap here. It's consistent all the way down, no problem. Might be a little tight there. If we look on this side, it's quite a bit closer. I probably need to take off probably another millimeter or so, all the way up and down. But if we look at this top, you can see that this gap is quite a bit wider. And that's because I shifted the trunk this way just a bit. But all in all, this is level, this is level. There seems to be either a low spot in the trunk here or a high spot on the body. But this is smooth right here and flush. This is smooth. But the one problem I am having with this trunk is this lip right here. And that's why I tried to shift the trunk this way a little bit. But there's quite a lip on here. And I know what you're gonna say, well, do you have any of the bumpers on there, the bulb seal and all that? And I don't. But if I did, it's just gonna raise this trunk like this a little bit. And it's gonna make that come out of alignment. And that one. So I'll have to see how it looks with the bulb seal on there, but it seems like this trunk was kind of molded with too much of a C shape here, too much of a clamp, because it comes in quite a bit here. But I'm gonna take a little bit off here and then get started with the latch. So the directions say after drilling this hole into the body, you're supposed to measure and mark onto the frame, which is covered by the aluminum. Then you transfer that mark to the other side, the back side, fuel tank side. Now it doesn't say, but you're supposed to drill a hole right there. I don't know how I'm supposed to get a drill bit right here. I don't even think my 90-degree drill would fit in here. And you can't do it from the back side because the fuel tank's there. It's supposed to go right through there and right through there. Therefore, now, what you're feeling is drill bit envy. There's nothing to be ashamed of.